tonight on the white carpet for Netflix's new fantastical film, The School for Good and Evil. Let's take a first look.
The School for Good and Evil, where the true story behind every great fairy tale begins. The School for Good trains the heroes. The School for Evil, the villains.
You're trying to tell me that Snow White and Cinderella and Jack and the Beanstalk were real?
Real quick, what was it for you personally that drew you to this?
It was this really strong story of this female friendship between these two young women. I love female friendship stories. If you look at all my movies, that tends to be what they're about. But I thought this was particularly beautiful because how one friend really doesn't give up on another friend who is very, very give-upable, and how that friendship actually saves them at the end of the day. I think it's lovely.
What is it about this fairy tale that makes it so special, particularly from the perspective of your character?
I think it's because it's a mixture of all the fairy tales that we know, and for me, I just get to be the bad guy of all of them, which is kind of a treat. Like, you don't really get that. So yeah, I just get to come in and have the most fun and jump into all these different worlds with people. It's great.
So, and I've seen it. Just what was it like being on set? What was it like bringing this to life?
It was insane because I'm with these titans, these amazing talents, and so I had to come in and try and do something very different. And I hope, with all my coat swishing and my wry smiles, hopefully I've managed to kind of contribute to this film.
It's happening. This is it! This is real!
We've been expecting you.
What is it that's so special about this story, particularly from the perspective of your character?
Ooh, I think something special about this movie and about my character Agatha is how she is a princess, but she's not portrayed as a traditional one. She has a very different external appearance than most princesses might, but she has the heart of a princess, and I think that shows that what's underneath is what's really important.
From the perspective of my character, well, I'd say from the perspective of me looking in at my character, I'd say I really am just looking forward to setting an example of what it means to be a badass princess and what a real true friendship looks like. Yeah.
Did you have any special moments when you were filming that really touched your heart?
Every moment was special on set, especially with Sofia Wylie. She is such a gem of a girl, and gosh, her laugh, everything about her. Everything with her was wonderful.
It's just a surreal experience because when you make a story, it's purely for the imaginations of readers. You know, that's your canvas. And so for it to end up as a film, you're not even thinking like that. And with this cast, it just feels like a dream that's been put onto the screen for other people to enjoy.
What was it like when you were creating it? I mean, what is at the heart of this fairy tale?
For me, it was that I always felt a little different. I felt like Agatha in the story. I didn't feel like I fit in. And I think I dreamed of a world where someone would see my value, that I was special, that I would be discovered. And I think all of us have that fantasy where we just wish someone would see who we really are. And so that's where the school came from, this idea that, you know, you go there and someone sees inside your soul and brings it out.
I'm tired of being pathetic little Sophie.
You can be more than you ever dreamed you could be.
Do you feel like this story in particular will deliver any particular message to fans?
Yeah, I think like a load of fairy tales, this one, this moral of the story is that any definition you're given, any sort of like over social conformity that you feel like the stress of, you don't have to buy into it. You can be your own person, but that comes with a big responsibility. But it's
what fairy tales influenced you growing up?
Can't you see? I love Cinderella. I don't know. Like I loved Pinocchio. I remember watching Pinocchio and just crying, and I felt really embarrassed about crying so much because I was crying in every scene. Like when he goes in the whale, then he comes out the whale, then anyway. Pinocchio was very pivotal. I really like it's not necessarily a fairy tale, but I really liked a film called The Iron Giant as well. All films with abstract concepts.
None of us will survive.
I'm your best friend. Evil is controlling you.
I like the new me.